Hi, yes, hello. My name is Garden, and I'm a random lady trying to be a YouTuber to some degree. Namely, someone who rambles about her thoughts on various video games she spends her free time playing. Here we go. I'm here today to talk about a quirky little game people may be aware of called Elden Ring, an open-world action RPG where you play as the typical Soulsian, I can't die and it's hell main character. They then use this said undead curse to fling themselves off cliffs in various hilarious ways, while accidentally killing gods representing human philosophy along the way with a weapon they found in a pile of bodies somewhere. Specifically, I'm going to be adding to the Elden Ring lore YouTube video cacophony, because instead of focusing on flinging myself off cliffs in various hilarious ways, I'm the type who's wondering what philosophy the god I just killed represented and gets an answer by looking at lots and lots of item descriptions. A lot of people have started their series of lore vids about this game, so I'm not here to immediately start stepping on toes, because I have a feeling enough people are going to dedicate their livelihoods to this game already, considering literally everything about it? At least, that's what I would say if I wasn't making this video, because I, as someone who has played about 2.9 Souls games, has a very specific and weird theory that no one else has noticed or talked about, and it has driven me up the goddamn wall, and I'll leave it up to you, the viewer, to figure out if it has merit. Before I do, I'll need to establish some basic stuff about the fingers, because they're the origin of this theory of mine. If you already know this shit, skip to here. The basic function of the sets of two fingers in the story is that they're interpreters of the Greater Will, one of the many outer gods vying for control over the lands between, acting as rigorous and omnipresent keepers of order. There are a set of two fingers attuned to / made for all the different Empyreans, aka certain children of Marika, the current god, to keep them as compliant potential gods for whenever Marika, the current vessel of the Greater Will, is no longer enough for what it deems required. These fingers are all further interpreted by the specialized finger readers around the world, and are also served by finger maidens who look for the new Elden Lord, hoping to indoctrinate them into serving the Golden Order, seeing as they want to keep up the Greater Will's reign on the lands between. However, most of these pairs of fingers are dead atop the towers surrounding the middle of the lands between for, reasons I'm not aware of, save for two sets. One pair of two fingers can be found in the Round Table Hold, and are the main pair you interact with throughout most of the game. The other set of three you can find locked deep under the capital of the lands between, Leyndell. The set of fingers under the city are the frenzied three fingers, who seem to be taken by another outer god, one that wishes to burn what the Greater Will made to the ground using the flame of frenzy. The three fingers believe that the suffering inherent to life means that all life must not be worth it. They act as a force that seems to mimic the ideology of if life sucks, no life should be, aka chaotic nihilistic bastards that just want to watch the world burn. Knowing all this, people have exploded in speculation, trying to find out exactly what all of that means. If the two and the three originated from one hand, if they split, and why, etc., etc. But that's not why we're here. Plenty of people have gone over and will go over such things who are far better equipped for it than me. What we're here for is this. Do the fingers represent our gamer hands? Seriously, think about it. You know how you mostly use your pinky and ring fingers to hold your choice of gaming apparatus while your thumb, index, and middle often do the actual gaming? See how, in almost all these examples, your thumb, index, and middle are the ones primarily in control of whatever it is you're doing, moving or attacking, or whatever? By the way, prepare to hear a lot of specific names for fingers over and over again later, as it's kind of important to the theory. I did what I could to not make the rest of the script me systematically listing finger names and their locations, but please just hang in there. Fuck. The three are the ones that press the buttons, sticks, and keys on the majority of the controllers that allow you to interact with the world and raise it to the ground with whatever means you want. And further, your ring and pinky almost always provide the stability to your gaming conduit. I got tired of saying controller. Hell, on keyboard, your pinky usually rests on shift, which is usually some kind of defensive or sneaking option. The two fingers make sure you're stable in your efforts. The two provide stability, control, and order. The three provide interaction, destruction, and chaos. Same is true for how you play video games. If you're a PC gamer, your index finger has killed more things by pressing M1 than you'd probably like to acknowledge or admit. I know I have. In that way, the pointer is inherently violent in the context of video games. Same thing with the thumb for the buttons and sticks on console controllers. I know from my said 2.9 Souls experiences that these games are also meta-commentaries on gamers and gaming as a whole. So when I noticed this, I started to feel bona fide... Hey, wait, I'm past the swear limit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Once I noticed this, I felt fucking insane, especially since literally no one else was talking about it anywhere. If I found this and they didn't, am I reading too much into this? What fingers even actually are they? Am I crazy? The answer is no. At least not like that. But the former question sent me into a huge research spiral about what fingers they were exactly. Looking at Fextra posts, Reddit, and YouTube comments got me an answer of the 2 fingers appear to be the missing middle and ring to the 3 fingers thumb, pointer, and pinky, which makes enough sense. There's a large enough gap between the index and the next finger that it's easy to speculate that the 2 are the ones in between that gap. Plus, later in the game, the 2 fingers go stiff, and it looks a lot more like a middle and ring compared to a ring and pinky. But I make the case that the thumb and pointer are the main ones that cause chaos on a controller, and we all know the pinky wants to kill, so that's a good reason as any. However, I can refute that in the scene where we see the 3 fingers, when they grip you to imbue you with their flame, it's a motion that you can replicate with your own 3 fingers. Plus, I'd argue that the divide between the fingers isn't this gap, it's here. Look at how the flesh is more specifically ripped and torn. There's no sign of such damage in between the other fingers, which means these 3 may be conjoined. But even if they aren't the right fingers as designated by the community, that's what these videos are for. Spreading theories and having fun while trying to decode the giant puzzle that Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin have left us. All I ask is how cool would it be for the embodiment of order in the lands between to be the 2 fingers that provide stability to the conduit in our hands, while the embodiment of chaos is our 3 fingers that interact with the world through the controller. Basically, it's up to you if you think this little theory of mine has any merit. Debate it with me in the comments while I still have a small enough following to do so, and tell me what to improve. I hope you enjoyed this video, hit the buttons and such, and I don't know how to end videos yet. Next video is called Community Disservice to Dark Souls. See you then, after these messages. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Because I'm like a garden wolf. Lichen is like a weird moss fungus, but also a homophone to lichen, which is wolf. Do the fingers represent our gamer hands? I can do that again. That's just really funny. The titular line. I had to look up what a fucking homophone was.